Hey, hello there, good evening and welcome to the Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean, by the way. We have got a very exciting show for you because tonight is an MSC special. Now, what that means is we've got exclusive pricing. So the prices are amazing. We're going to take you all the way around the world. We've even got cruises out of Southampton as well. And we are joined by two wonderful people. I'm going to start with Alicia from MSC. Great to be back.
Thank you for having me.
You do feel like miles away, though.
I know, you're so far away.
You're getting further away as the TV getting bigger.
I don't know what it is. But Glenn, nice to see you over there.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, different time zone.
I'll tell you what, we've got a really exciting show, haven't we?
Yeah, some really great offers tonight.
Got some exclusive deals, which they've given us, MSC, which is fantastic.
So just for Planet Cruise?
Yeah, I mean, we sell loads and loads of MSC cruises anyway, but because of the exclusive deals they've given us tonight, and we're featuring some of the new ships, we've got the new one that launched last week as well, so we're going to run through them all. And
that's
we're
a Grandiosa, isn't it?
Grandiosa, yeah. And we're going to run through, you know, what these ships have to offer, the different itineraries they have as well, and as I said, they're cutting edge, so it's fantastic.
Well, I cannot wait. I really can't. But you've got, as ever, you've got a few shout-outs.
Well, I just got back from a holiday, and I got back from Chernobyl. I survived Chernobyl, so I got back from there, okay? But then a few people wanted to say hello. So we've got Cindy and Andre. They were on this Celebrity Infinity. So I said I'd give them a shout. Also, Lorraine and Martin, they're off to the Christmas markets with Cruise and Maritime. They always watch the show, so I said I'd give them a wave as well. Hi, guys, how are you? And also, Nobby and Sue. Nobby and Sue, they're off on a P&O cruise, which is great. So them are three call-outs I've got, so I said I'll give a shout-out to all of those. We also ran a competition last week as well for people to go on the Grandiosa, didn't we? Yeah,
so I was lucky enough to bring 8 people on board Grandiosa when she was in Southampton. So hello, everybody, if you're watching. It was lovely to have you on board.
And we got some names as well. We've got Mr and Mrs Hobson. They went on board.
Hello, Mr and Mrs Hobson.
We've got Mr and Mrs Southcott. We've also got Mr and Mrs Brown and Mr and Mrs Stevens. So they were the lucky 8 people that managed to win.
I gather she is absolutely stunning.
She's breathtaking.
Yeah.
She is out of this world. And the good thing about her is she's the largest ship in the MSC fleet, but she's also the greenest. So
is she?
Yeah. So we've got a number of different new initiatives on board that's making her very green. So we're very proud of that.
Well, let's bring the details in straight away because you get a chance to sail on brand new ship. It's her maiden season, of course. She was literally launched, well,
I think
last week. 10th, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so she was launched in Hamburg and she came into Southampton as part of her maiden itinerary.
Wow. Well, have a look at the price on the screen because this is a maiden season. Price is starting at just $849, and this is a 7-night Mediterranean cruise. And we're going to fly, of course, from the UK, first of all.
Obviously, too far to swim. So
absolutely.
We're going to fly you over to there, and then, of course, we're going to join this wonderful, wonderful ship, which I know Dan, one of our other presenters, was on last week as well. Very lucky man.
And we have some footage right now.
So it does look amazing. As I said, you were on it last week, so maybe you can talk us through it.
Yes,
so look at
this is the main pool deck area. So a lot of people think that these sun lounges here are an extra supplement. They're not. They're included in the cost of your fare. And this area here is our exclusive yacht club that I know we're going to speak a little bit more about in the show. And then perfect for when the weather's not great, like sailing out of Southampton. This is our undercover pool area. So
wow.
it's safari themed, so you've got some animals lurking about.
Now, of course,
I mean,
the bar area is one we always focus on, don't we, really?
We do. There's a big choice of bars, I gather.
Yeah, there's lots of choices of bars. My favourite's the champagne bar.
Of course.
Of course.
I love that bar. I love it's in the atrium, and I love the fact that it's glass all the way around, so it's very light. You can see the sea. And this is just some more footage of the yacht club area, which, as I said, we're going to be talking about a little bit more later.
Yes, we've got
what
some
I like
great
about
deals
the new ship, though, it's like a new car, is that you've got that new ship feel to it as well. And as I said, I know some of our guys come back from it last week, and some hadn't been with MSC before, and they were so impressed with it. And we've had so much footage in the media this year with obviously Bellissima launching and Grandiosa. And I think people now, as I said, they're going on the ships and they're saying, well, we've done one, we want to try the new one. And as I said, the ships are being updated all the time.
And we are going to talk about all the latest technology with MSC a little bit later, the huge choice of dining, the amazing entertainment as well. But
they're my favourite restaurants in Seven.
This is our teppanyaki restaurant, which our prize winners last week were lucky enough to go on and experience lunch.
Lovely.
And obviously loads for the families to do as well.
Yes, so we have 5 dedicated children's areas. We continue our partnership with Lego and Kiko, and we have the Dore Me family. We have also extended our children's facilities and activities on board for Grandiosa, so we have enhanced them.
And MSC is still a family company though?
Yes, yes. So
isn't that amazing?
Run by Mr. Ponte started it. We've got over 300 years seafaring traditions. The head office is based in Geneva. A lot of people think it's in Italy, but it's actually Geneva. And the family are very much still involved day to day. Mr. Ponte will come in every single morning into head office, and his son and daughter both work for the company as well.
And the thing is, as well, I presume you're not going to stop at those ships now. We're going to, over the years, it's going to be updated and more ships are coming in.
Yeah, so the next one is launching next November, Virtuosa.
Yeah.
Then we have another one in 2021, another one in 2022. So they just keep on coming.
So a very exciting time for MSC.
Yeah.
So let's. You've seen how beautiful the brand new ship is. We've flown you to Genoa, and it's a 7-night cruise. And the first port is Naples, Glenn, isn't it?
Yeah, which is a fantastic port of call. I would have to say that I would say Naples, out of all the Mediterranean ports for excursions to do, is probably the best.
Yes.
You know, and unfortunately you're only there for one day. Naples itself is a busy place, but I would get out to Capri, Vesuvius, Pompeii, of course, is a big highlight. Maybe even Hyrcania up the Amalfi coastline. But whatever you do in Naples, unfortunately, what I would say again with cruising, try it for one day, and then you'd probably go back for a holiday in in the future. Then we move down to Sicily, the beautiful island of Mafia country with the Messina and in Sicily. And of course, one of the places to go here is Mount Etna. And again, we did the trip when we were there before. But even around in Messina, it's wonderful to go and walk around. But if you do get a trip to go up to Mount Etna, that's definitely worth doing. Then we go into the old town of Valletta in Malta, and you dock right there. So literally from there, you can wander off if you don't do one of the excursions. Still pretty sort of cheap to eat and drink around there, but the old city's wonderful to go and get lost in for the afternoon, and the Baracca Gardens is beautiful, and that's literally where you're docking into those pictures that you can see. Then what's nice is you've got a day at sea now. You're on this wonderful new ship. So we are going to talk about what to do on these ships at sea later on. But, you know, there's so much to do there. You're going to need more than one day.
I'll be persuading to get off, I think.
Well, this is it. But, you know, the thing is now with these cruises is that it's not just the destinations. The ships are a destination unto themselves. So a lot to see. Then we go into Barcelona, famous for, I was there a couple of weeks ago, the Gaudi. You've got the new camp. You can go to Sagrada Familia, which you can see there. We just wandered along the Ramblas, but it's still one of the great cities of the Mediterranean. And again, if not, go further afield and go to some of the beaches. But that's the main square there, and the Montjuic Fountain. So a lovely place to go and wander. Good thing to do there, hop off buses to get around the city and see as much as you can. Then finally, for a little bit of relaxation, we just wandered off in Marseille, take the shuttle bus round, and then you're in the main harbour area, which you can see there. And you can just wander around, go some of the back streets into some of the cafe areas. That's the port area there, and it's quite a nice way to chill out on the final day. And then from there, every evening, remember, you're going back to luxury on this brand new ship onto Grandiosa, and then we're going to sail you back into Genoa.
Wow. Well, let's just show you what's included this evening. So we have got lots of exclusive pricing for you tonight. So this is her maiden season. I forgot to mention the world famous Cirque du Soleil. Their show's on board, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've got a partnership with Cirque du Soleil. They've done 4 shows already. So the 2 new ones, so brings us up to 6, are on Grandiosa.
Wow.
And I was lucky to experience one last week, and it's out of this world.
I would love to see that. Really.
I think Cirque, you were saying Cirque is on the newer ships, isn't it? The Bellissima, the Grandiosa and the Meraviglia.
Yes, so the reason why is because we partnered with Cirque du Soleil to actually build a custom-built theatre, so which is just make sure it's safe for the artists. So, yeah, it's a multi-million-pound theatre, but it's absolutely amazing.
Well, chance to see them on board, of course. Exclusive prices tonight. Tips are included as well. Return flights based on London, but we have got regional flights available at a supplement. Just call us for details. And price-wise, that lead date there starts at just $849. But we've also got great prices throughout April, May, June,
Look at
September.
the balcony price for the 10th of May. If you're going to do it for £110, you're going to go inside to
Oh,
a balcony, aren't
well
you?
spotted, Glenn.
Thank you very much. That's what I do as a job. Thank you very much.
Yes, $959 for the balcony. And there is, if you go for the 13th of September, there is a free upgrade from the inside to the balcony as well. And we have got a great price on the Yacht Club as well on the 7th of June. And that's one of the inside cabins on board, isn't it?
It is one of the inside cabins. So this just allows you, if you want to experience the Yacht Club, which is our 6-star luxury, but at a more affordable cost. So you get all the benefits of the Yacht Club, but in an inside cabin.
And that's all the, I'm just going to say free bars, is that right?
Yes, so it's all-inclusive bars. You have the fine dining experience, and in the Yacht Club area, as well as the top sail lounge, you also have a outdoor area as well, so a private sun deck.
Wow.
Bit of exclusivity.
Yeah,
on
it's
the,
like the sound of the Yacht Club, I do. But it is now time for this week's Destination Hotspot with MSC. Oh, now this really is a hotspot, isn't it?
It is a hotspot, yeah. We're taking you over to the States.
A wonderful itinerary on this one. Because I'm not being funny, but we are all so sick of this weather, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting
Scraping
really...
your car every morning already.
And it's going to get colder.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And then we've had loads of rain. Obviously, you just want some sun, don't you?
Yes.
And this, I mean, it doesn't really get better than this, does it?
Well, this one here, what we're going to do, this is on the Meraviglia, so on the Meraviglia.
Meraviglia.
Don't say the G.
Don't
say the G.
Meraviglia.
Meraviglia.
But what's nice about this is a package that we're putting together for you. So what we've done, we've based this on a one-night stay in Miami, but I would recommend, if you've not been there before, maybe fly and have a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, we can extend that stay for you.
And Miami is a great place.
Yeah, because we normally put people down on South Beach area, but again, you know, we can either put in Fort Lauderdale or Miami, but generally down on South Beach there, you get to experience all the Art Deco hotels, the beach area, and again, some of the bars and restaurants there are fantastic.
Yeah, Lincoln Road's great for dining al fresco.
Exactly. And normally round about the Collins Avenue areas where we normally...
I just like people watching as well.
That's great, fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, you've got a night there, but we could extend that. But then you are transferred to port and you embark the MSC Meraviglia for 13 nights, and it is going to be an incredible. And we wanted to talk about the technology with MSC, because you've got the latest technology, haven't you?
Yes, so we've got award-winning technology. The best thing to do is, if you do make a booking, is to download this app, MSC for Me, before you go, and you can do everything you want to do before you embark. We have this fantastic for families, this Geo Watch, where you can put it on your children and you can see wherever they are.
Great. Can it be used off the ship like generally in day-to-day life?
It can't be off the ship, but it was great. I was speaking to somebody at the weekend, and her family went on board, and she said that first time ever she allowed her son to go off wandering around the ship by himself, and she could find where he was.
Do you know, I'm not being funny, but I'd probably use that with my mum, because my mum gets lost.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I can
It's
do
good.
that. But also you can, anything you need to book, you know, I'm thinking about specialty restaurants, things like, can you book them using the app?
You can, so you can be sunbathing on the top deck, and then you could make a reservation for dinner that night. You could also order room service. If you've got a question, you can ask the question, pre-book your shore excursion. So you can use it as a concierge facility.
But I don't think it's just the tech on there, it's also the high-tech setup of the ship as well. Yeah. The LED sort of atrium areas they have there. Everything is modern, you know, and again, people that have been cruising for years now, you know, that we're moving now, you know, we're 2019, nearly 2020, these ships are developing and MSC at the cutting edge.
Yeah, and I think that the main thing is you want the home comforts that you're used to at home. So when you go on holiday, you want whatever technology you have at home. So that's something that we're constantly bearing in mind.
Well, I know a lot of customers love the technology because it's so seamless.
They do, exactly.
But I think you're going to love this itinerary. So we're on board. Your first day is at sea, so you can settle in and explore this beautiful ship. And we're making our way over to the Dominican Republic, aren't we?
We are, yeah. We're going into Puerto Plata, which, again, I would say a lot of people that have done the Caribbean on holidays before have probably been to the Dominican Republic. It's a popular destination to be to. But, again, here, loads of stuff to do. When we were in Dominican Republic, we did zip lining and we went and rode horses, but great beaches. You've got the museums there. The Amber Museum's quite interesting to see. But one of the the main things with this area, of course, in the Caribbean is your beach areas. So great beaches around there. And maybe make your way off the ship and go off for the day there. Then what's nice is then we have a chill out, relaxing day before we come on to something a little bit special. And I think we've got a video to show exactly where we're taking you on this one.
Yeah, this is Ocean Key, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is our brand new private island. It's Ocean Key Marine Reserve. So we have brought the wildlife back to this island. We've created a lagoon. It's got a number of different exclusive beaches, and you will see this lighthouse, which is going to be the staple on board. In the evening there will be different light shows and entertainment venues, but the good thing about this is it's an extension of the ship, so you will have this area here is like a buffet beach party food, so that will all be included in the cost of your cruise. And if you also purchase a drinks package, you'll have the drinks on the island as well.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's pretty cool. I mean, that looks phenomenal. I mean, even the images there look amazing. And as I said, you know, speaking to people that booked this and looking forward to going there, this is going to be one of the highlights of the cruise. Yes,
definitely. And it's an overnight import as well, so it provides customers with something a little bit different to experience the Caribbean in the evening.
That does look amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's your own private island?
Our own private island. It's a marine reserve, as I said. We're trying to bring the wildlife back. We've created a lagoon, and a lot of the shore excursions will be about the wildlife and just trying to sort of bring you back to nature.
Well, we do. I said we need to leave Ocean Key. We do. We'd love to stay there,
but we need to leave. Which I'll tell you about in a minute. But from there, we're going to then settle back to Miami. Yeah. So if you've only had the one day and you want to have a full day in Miami, maybe go down to the Everglades or do whatever you want to do there. We're heading back into Miami on this one, and this is actually going to be a full-day port of call. And then from there, we go into some wonderful islands. You've got a day at sea again, just to chill out, relax after a full day in Miami, and then we start going down into Roatan and Roatan in Honduras. Now, again, many of you may not have been there before, but again, you've got Infinity Bay, more zip lining, you can go and swim with the dolphins, you can do wildlife tours there, many excursions to do. Before moving on from there, we go on to Belize City. Now again, in Belize, of course, famous for its beaches. You've also can do a trip with the inner tubes. If you've never done the inner tubes before, they do the trips down on the river, which is really good fun. You've got the Mayan ruins, and of course, look at this area here for your snorkeling. A wonderful chance to go scuba or snorkeling if you wanted to do on there. Then we head down into Mexico, down into Costa Maya. And again, famous for a number of different things here. Good for your shopping. Again, good for some of the hammocks, just to chill out, relax, and take it easy. If you've been a busy day on the ship eating and drinking, you want to relax in your hammock, you can try that. Again, down this Yucatan Peninsula, you've got a chance to take some of the bike rides. You can go to Mejo Village, which is a nice opportunity to do there. But again, I would say out of one of those two places you've just been to, try and get to the ruins if you can. And then just to put the icing on the cake, you're going to have another day at sea, and then we're going back into Ocean Key. So if you were there for one day and you didn't get a chance to do everything, we're going back into Ocean Key, onto that wonderful destination, before heading back into Miami for your flight back.
God, I just want to be there, don't you? And you could be there right about this time next year, I suppose, yeah.
And again, with all these packages that we've got, coming in for sort of the 2nd of November 2020, it's only a small deposit to get it reserved tonight, and that's it. And then you've got 12 months to pay it off.
And don't forget, if you book tonight, you've got exclusive pricing for the show and Planet Cruise. Tips I'm included as well. We've got a 9-night cruise option also available as well, at just 1249. Again, just call tonight and ask about that. Return flights based in London, and you do get to see, of course, that beautiful private island. Twice, yeah. You're not going to complain at that.
No, exactly.
One thing that I can honestly say, having presented the show now for about 11 years, sometimes you can save a fortune from booking early. In fact, more and more nowadays. Yeah. And it's time. Glenn's nodding. It's true, that. And it is time for this week's Early Bird Saver. Well, look at the price, $529.
I can see that's cheaper than that.
It's not. That's amazing.
It is, on a newly refurbished ship as well.
Tell us, because this is on board Magnifica, and she's been.
She's cut in half and stretched. So we're not going to use fancy words today.
I spoke to someone the other day about it, and they said, sorry, what are they doing? I said, oh, they're going to cut the ship and they're going to extend it a little bit. And they said, can they really do that? And I went, yeah.
Yeah. They've done it before.
Yeah.
And has she been all refurbished and things as well?
Yeah.
Or new venues added?
Yeah, new venues, so a new dining restaurant, new kids clubs area, a new specialty dining.
Correct.
We're still working on it because it's 2021, so the architects are still thinking about what to do. I've asked if they can put the Swarovski crystal staircases on Magnifica.
Have they not got them on
They
there?
don't have them on Magnifica, so that's my request.
Oh, well, I'm sure that'll be granted, obviously.
And one of the other things is we've asked if we can put the yacht club on board, so we don't know about that. We're hoping early next year we'll find out.
But we do know by the time you're on board in 2021, she will be magnificent with all these new features.
But you know, as well, what I was saying is, we talked about earlier, you know, booking early. People always say this thing, we'll leave it late. It doesn't happen now with cruise lines, I'm sorry. If there's very rarely anything available. So book it early, and then, I mean, look at the price you're paying. Pay a small deposit now. And again, in theory, you could pay this off 18 months to pay it off, or you just leave it until sort of 16 months before.
Well, we know presenting the show, you know, each week at 529 is not a price you often see.
Yeah.
So.
And that includes the gratuities as well.
Does it?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, let's take on board, and let's talk about some of the great fine dining experiences as well. So, big choice of dining.
Yes. So, at the moment we have the one specialty restaurant on board, but there will be two specialty restaurants. So it gives you that choice. We have a 20-hour buffet, so there's always options for different food.
Open for 20 hours a day?
20 hours a day. So after the disco, if you're feeling a little bit peckish, you can do. We have, here's the buffet here, so we have fresh food. We're constantly cooking fresh pizza in front of in the buffet.
Would you say it's more Italian based, or would you say it's European, or when it's going out of Southampton?
European. When it comes out of Southampton, we have smaller touches. So we're having the buffet, for example, English breakfast corner with signs to show where it is. We have tea and coffee making facilities in the cabin as well.
That's got put
so
in, didn't it, when it
just a few little touches that we know that the British guests like. Also on board we have the main dining restaurant, so we have your first and second sitting, so there's always something to choose from.
You're never going to be hungry, let's be honest.
No one's ever starved on a cruise ship.
They haven't, have they? But let's have a little look at her right now. Always something to do with MSCs. You know, you can look at beautiful venues.
Yeah, I went on Magnifica last year when it was in port, and I found it's so clean, it's so crisp. Still a little bit more traditional, I presume, than some of the newer ships out there. Yeah,
it's a little bit more traditional. However, she will, as I said, get a new lick of paint come 2021. Yeah. So that she will be refreshed. Something else that we have on MSC is we have our own scent. So Mrs. Aponte, the owner's wife, wanted to create something that smelt like home, and all of the ships are familiar smells. So we have the MSC Med scent, which has got hints of vanilla and amber and fig, but it's amazing. The diffuser is amazing. But that when you step on board, you have the same smell across the fleet.
Wow. Well, I think this one's been really popular tonight. Yeah. So also cruising out of Southampton, so nice and easy. Can
I just say the other reason is if you try and book this on the MSC site at the moment, it'd be more expensive. What we've done, and we do this with a lot of the sailings with MSC, we take a group of cabins. So we have a group rate on this. Right. So we might take 50 cabins, for example, in different categories, and we get them obviously at a good rate. Now, once they go, you can still book this cruise, but the price will be much higher. So what you need to do, if this is what you want to do, get it booked now, because once that group goes, the price will go up. So this is why you've got to get it booked.
And say, if you can book tonight, you say it's a small deposit.
£1 a person.
Oh, it's as much as that?
Yeah, per person.
Oh, got £2.
Yeah. Yeah, cover that.
Yeah, I've just got that on my credit card. Just got that left. So let's take your Bob. But that's serious. That's all you need to find tonight on your credit and debit card. £2 for you and your partner, or £1 if it's just you. So let's set sail from Southampton. So it's always nice and easy. Yeah. You know, your holiday, your cruise begins straight away. First day at sea to settle in, and then over to Hamburg.
Yes, we're going over to Hamburg. So we're doing a Northern Europe cruise on here, and this is going to be a very, very good cruise for people maybe that haven't cruised before. They want to literally, pardon the pun, dip their toe in the water. Yeah. But they want to try it, so they're not going too far aforward. But this is nice in Hamburg. Again, you go down to the Reaper Barn there, into the main port area. Great architecture there, and again, a lot of people just go off into Hamburg and go and get lost for the day. So it's quite a nice place to start. And again, that time of year, the weather will be getting a little bit cooler, so wrap up nice and warm. But again, it's a nice place to go there in Hamburg. From there we go down to Rotterdam in as we head down the coastline there, and we make all the way down into the Netherlands. Now again, Netherlands famous for its windmills, always very flat there, but again where you can see the ships are, they dock straight in the centre of town, and from there you can go and explore. And again with this one that's quite nice, you've got an overnight on board, so people that haven't cruised before, the gangways will go down, you can go off for the day, you can come back to the ship whenever you want, stay out for dinner, go and explore the nightlife there in Rotterdam, but you've got an overnight there. Then from there we head on to Zeebrugge. Now Zeebrugge is the port of call that you go into, and what I would recommend here is if you're going to do this, make your way into Bruges. Now they'll do tours with MSC, they'll take you into Bruges, and from there you've got the opportunity to go and see the Gothic style buildings, you've got the canals that go through. What's quite nice about Bruges, again, you can just wander around the old town, you've got the famous for the waffles and of course the Belgian beers.
It's a lovely place.
It is nice, and again everyone buys the chocolates, the chocolate shops there.
Well, you can buy chocolate, anything, can't you?
Anything chocolate. Yeah.
Anything goes.
But again, it's just a nice day to relax. All these ports of call you're going into are not, when I say big ports of call, I mean you've got to be off at 8 in the morning, you're back at 6 at night. You can just wander off and go and get lost for the day, which is quite nice. And then from there we go into Le Havre. Now from Le Havre you've got a load of places to go to from here. Le Havre itself is nice if you want to go from there. If not, you can take the trip into Paris. It's about 2.5 hours. It's a full-day trip, which is, of course, nice to go and see the Eiffel Tower and the Champs-Élysées. But you've also got the chance to go along the coastline. You can go to Honfleur or Rouen, which I would recommend as well. So if you don't want a full-day tour, you want to go a little bit closer, Honfleur is stunning.
I agree.
I love Honfleur, and again, with that one, with the markets and the areas to walk around. But again, if you want to go further afield, you've got the chance to go into France, and then from there, back into Southampton, and that price is about what, 80 quid a day?
Under,
isn't it? Yeah.
Under 80 quid a day.
I'm trying to work it out. 749.
74, 75, oh, whatever it is. It's cheap.
It's about 75, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I think 75, 70. That's what I make it, 75, 70, but...
And gratuities included.
And the gratuities included.
So this one we think will be a top seller tonight. And if you want the best price, 529. Book it right now if you can, or give us a call obviously tomorrow or later in the week. But as Glenn said, when these cabins go at this price, very likely to go up.
Yeah, and the other thing as well, if you just look down, you've got the overnight in Rotterdam, which we talked about, but that's a big one there, the family of 4 for $12.59.
That's really good, isn't it? Yeah.
If you want to take the family on board a ship, and you always think, oh, I don't know how much it's going to cost, $12.59, but again, 4-berth cabins are minimal, so please, if you want to get those booked, they need to be booked even quicker.
And remember, even if your credit card's a little bit full right now, you only need to find £1 per person deposit. That is all to secure that one.
Not bad, is it?
Done. And price-wise, we have got some other dates. We've got 3 dates to choose from. The 25th of September, again, that's only 559. Obviously, it'll be a little bit warmer then.
It will be a little bit warmer as well, but I mean, you've got great prices on the balconies as well there.
Yeah.
You know, again, for £150 supplement on there, you can go up to a balcony, which is quite nice.
You know, if you can stretch to it, or if it's a special occasion, we've got some great prices on the suites.
These always go really, really quickly. The lines will be busy tonight, they'll be busy tomorrow when I'm in, because as I said, they just want to snap up at those prices because, again, Magnifica always sells well out of Southampton, and it's going to be newly refurbished and stretched.
Yes.
And with those British touches as well. So if you want to give us a call, don't forget 0808 250 2662 and the Planet Cruise website, planetcruise.com. We're open till 10:30 tonight.
10 o'clock tonight, and then 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm back in at 9 in the morning.
You're back in at 9?
9 in the morning,
so,
yeah. I've got to get back from here first.
If somebody answers the phone and they say it's Glenn and they sound like this, I know they called you a young man though. Like this middle-aged man, it will be Glenn. But anyway, it is.
Oh, middle-aged.
You are middle-aged.
I am middle-aged, yeah. Thanks for that.
Well past middle-aged.
I'll give you a compliment.
It's now time for this week's Hot Pick. And now we featured this earlier, and I think the response would have been massive already. 27 nights. Now I only get 24 days holiday, so unfortunately can't do this one. But if you can, 27 nights on board the MSC Musica, and the price is just over £2,000.
Yes,
now that is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, what we're doing with this is a package we're putting together. So again, if you want to do slightly longer down in Buenos Aires, maybe 3 or 4 days, we can do that. Maybe you don't want to do the stay in Venice at the end, we can cut that off for you, so we can adjust it to fit you. But again, the price on that, I don't know what the daily price is. My maths is not that.
I think it's about, we worked out about 77.
Yeah, and that includes your flights down to Brazil. Again, you've got Cape Verde, which is now a popular destination to go to, and then back into the Canaries in the Eastern Med.
And is this a repositioning cruise, presumably?
It's a repositioning cruise, yes. The Musica will be based down there for the winter period, and then obviously heading back to the summer. So you will have days at sea, but including that, you've got some wonderful destinations.
I mean, you're going to get to see so much of the world there, and just over £2,000 to be away for the best part of 4 weeks. So
not bad, is it?
Yeah, that's the sort of cruise where when I'm retired. And I've got a bit more time. I would love to do some of these repositioning cruises.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be all right. You'll be getting on them, mate.
What, soon?
Another few years.
51 this year.
Hey.
51. I know.
You're doing all right for 51, mate.
Well, they've got special cameras for me. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next cruise with MSC. And Jed, this is a part of the world that I have never been to. Have you?
I've flown through Dubai. I was supposed to be going to Dubai a couple of times, just never managed to get to it. It's one of the places I want to see, and then when you look at a deal at this price here, this is a very, very good price on this one.
I've done a very similar itinerary to this, but not on Bellissima. I wish it was Bellissima, on our Fantasy class ship, which was fantastic, and I had the most amazing time.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I went with my auntie.
What sort of things did you love?
I loved the culture. I loved going to places that I wouldn't necessarily go on holiday with, so just getting to sort of experience new destinations.
On a cruise.
Yeah, but then you had the home comforts of the cruise to go back to.
Well, the thing is now, Bellissima obviously launched back in March, and it had loads of publicity. I know we had, I think Holly Willoughby was on it, and loads of people on it, and it was in the papers a lot. But of course, a lot of the guys that from our office went on there as well, and they absolutely loved the ship. And again, it was another one where some had been on maybe Magnifica before, but then they're going on to Bellissima and they're seeing the brand new ship, and say that LED, hallway that they have there on there, which is phenomenal. But they love the ship.
We are going to talk a little bit about the yacht club on this one, aren't we, as well?
Yeah, because I think yacht club's still a little bit of a secretive thing for some people in the bit. They're not too sure about it. Obviously, there are videos about it, but tell us a little more about the yacht club itself.
So the yacht club is for those guests that want a little bit more privacy and intimacy, maybe not too keen on the larger ships, but want to maybe have the choice that a larger ship has to offer in terms of the different entertainment options or restaurants. So the yacht club is perfect for this. Within the yacht club area, which is usually at the very front of the ship, we have a 24-hour concierge service, butler service. You have priority embarkation and disembarkation. We have a fine dining restaurant where you can go to. It's anytime dining. We also have a top sail lounge, which again, it's exclusive, and there's always snacks available 24 hours a day. And then we also have the outdoor area where we have a private sunbathing deck with an outside bar, and sometimes if the weather's nice, which hopefully it would be on this itinerary.
Very likely to be good, isn't it?
Yes, you get to have the outdoor dining experience as well.
So it's almost like a ship within a ship.
Yeah, a ship within a ship, yeah. And then, as I said, you get the choice what the rest of the ship has to offer. I've never stayed in the yacht club before, but I know a lot of people who have, and they say it's amazing. They sometimes don't actually even step out of the yacht club area.
Yeah. Wow. I love that idea, because I would still want to go and see the big shows and things like that. But I do like that idea of having your own private, bars and restaurants and sunbathing areas. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And a butler, you said?
And a butler, and a concierge service. So if there's something you wanted to do in port that we weren't offering as a shore excursion, the concierge service can arrange that for you. So if there was a specific restaurant or you wanted to do a specific tour, then they can arrange it.
It would be nice for a special occasion, special birthday.
Exactly what I was going to say. So, for example, say you normally do a balcony, and you say, right, okay, I normally stretch to that sort of budget, and you've got that in mind, but it's an anniversary, and you're celebrating or a birthday, and you think, do you know what, I just want to do something a little bit above a balcony. that's the place to go to.
Yeah.
And also, because all your drinks are included there as well,
Yeah.
you know, that would save us a lot, Glenn.
Thousands. We'd be well in. We'd be quids in, mate.
But I know, I think it sounds
But it is. By the time you add on all the extra bits on there sometimes, you know, once you see the price and you think, actually, when everything's included. But again, the yacht club, there's limited availability and you think, oh, it's a higher price, but they go first because people want that exclusivity.
Yeah, and if you're not in the yacht club, I would say don't be afraid that it's a class distinction, because it's not. If you're not in the yacht club, you're not going to come across the yacht club because it's all cornered off at the front of the ship, so there would be no reason why you would need to pass through that area. So it's not like in the middle of the ship in your band.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Anyway, we better show you some of the wonderful places you're going to be visiting. We're flying over to Dubai first of all. Yeah, so it's a 7-night cruise, isn't it?
Yeah, so again with Dubai, it's sort of, I always call it mini long haul, you know, 7-hour flight straight in. The great thing about this is we've got flights on here going in from Manchester, Birmingham and London. Now, all of our packages we tend to pay most of them on London, but always give the guys a call. We'll always try. If you're sitting at home in Sheffield and you think, well, how do I get there and I don't want to travel down, give the guys a call. We'll always look at the best option for flights. But this one has Manchester, Birmingham and London.
And that is included in the price?
Included in the price. So transfers on this one as well. And from there, you're going to visit this wonderful, wonderful ship, which is Bellissima. And again, this is only 6 months old. From there, once you leave Dubai, we're going to make your way down into Abu Dhabi. Now, Abu Dhabi and Dubai are always in competition. Who's the more cultural and modern area on here? And Abu Dhabi is really... I think a few years ago, everyone just went to Dubai, but now people are looking at Abu Dhabi as well. And again, you've got the culture there, you've got the Grand Mosque, but of course, you've got the modern infrastructure in Abu Dhabi. So, great places to go and see, but again, the Grand Mosque is definitely one to go and see if you get the chance to do it. Also, a trip on the desert safaris, you can do them in Dubai, but in Abu Dhabi, you can also go over to Yas Island, over to Ferrari World, again, if you want a bit more fun and excitement in that part of the world. Then we go into Siri Banas Island. Now, you probably know a little bit more about Banas Island than I do.
Yes, so this is an exclusive island that only MSC guests get to go on when the ship embarks there. It's a king years ago wanted to be a bit like Noah's Ark and bring animals to the desert. So he brought a lot of different wildlife. So there is a safari park, so you can go and do safaris and see a giraffe in the middle of the desert, which is quite strange. But there is also different exclusive beaches. So you've got a more relaxing beach. You've got a little bit more of a party beach if you wanted to have a drink and a dance. But again, it's an extension of the ship. So all your food is included, and if you've got a drinks package, drinks are also included. For families, there is big giant inflatables in the sea, and there is a play park as well.
Great. So, and again, that's just for MSC guests, no one else can visit there. Then from there we go down to two of the more traditional ports of call here in the Middle East. We go first of all down into Muscat. So we're going to head into Muscat first of all. And again, you've got the beautiful Corniche. The sailing in here is wonderful as well. And also through Muscat and Kasab, they've got almost the fjords of the Middle East, they call them. But again, you've got the palace here. Again, you've got the mosque to go and visit. And I would say this is more traditional Middle East as opposed to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And then from there on to Kasab. And again, Kasab, really, really interesting to go and see. Beautiful, beautiful sailing. Again, like I mentioned before, the fields of the Middle East, but again in Oman. And again, many of you have probably not been to this part of the world before, so I would definitely get out there and do a tour, you know, do the tour in the morning and then do a bit of exploring yourself. But, you know, right out into the Middle East, you've probably seen the films set in this part of the world. Go and see it. That's what you're visiting. And then from there, we go back into Dubai now. The great thing about Dubai, you've got an overnight here. Gangway will come down and you can go and experience. So you can do one of the desert safaris. You can go up to the tallest building in the world and up to the visions in the cloud. But here is one of the videos of some of the things you can actually do there. So again, loads and loads of stuff. It's not, again, as a Swarovski.
Yeah, they're my favourite.
That's your staircase. But you've not only got a chance to go out into the desert and experience the local culture, you then come back to this wonderful, wonderful ship of 5-star luxury just to relax or upgrade to the yacht club.
God, that was fantastic, actually.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And also, you know, this time of year as well, February, you know, it's great to be able to get all that great weather. We're not about the mid-20s, I thought, without too long a flight.
The good thing about it is, I think a lot of people have done the Canaries, so they take the Canaries off the bar. Caribbean is a little bit further to go to, and you probably need to do a 2-week. Whereas this one, you can actually get away with a 6.5, 7-hour flight. You can sort of get away with doing a week. on there, and again, there's so much to do on there. Again, if you want to extend and have extra time in Dubai at the starter end, give us a shout, but you have got that overnight at the end.
Well, just to remind you, you are, of course, overnight on board in Dubai. We've got exclusive prices. If you look at the prices out, thinking they're really good, and they are, when you bear in mind what your flights would cost alone on that one.
Yeah.
You know, our price starts at £875.
Well, your flights are going to be £500 plus transfers, and then you've got, you've got the cruise on top of that.
You think you've got a whole week's cruise there? Well, 8 nights, actually. Return flights, we have got, and again, we think this is going to be one of the top sellers tonight, London, Manchester and Birmingham. All available, included in that price there. And as Glenn just said, if you wanted to add on an extra stay, a few extra nights in Dubai, we can arrange that for you with Planet Cruise. And price-wise, well, we have got several dates, starting on the 24th of January, which is a miserable time of year. I hate January.
Look at the 7th of Feb outside and then up to the balcony. Look at the prices on there.
See, that is amazing, isn't it?
Really good.
That's really good, yeah. You do spot them, Glenn, I'll give you that.
And the yacht club's not too bad on the 24th of January.
So we've also got the yacht club available, which just saw, and of course suites as well. It's a great family of 4 prices. So don't miss out on that one. Yeah, I like that one a lot, actually. However, we've still got 2 more MSC cruises, and we are on board Magnifica next, and this is your 12-night Canaries. And you know, I'm going to the Canaries on a cruise in a few weeks' time. Yeah, the Canaries, for me, I just always think they're really nice and easy, guaranteed great weather all year round.
Yeah.
And to do it on a cruise is lovely, actually.
Yeah. And it's on the new refurbished Magnifica as well, with the British touches.
So so obviously, again, we get clients that watch the show all the time. On the ships as well, we're going to focus a little bit more on the entertainment and what's to do on board. So, you know, on board the ship, what can we do?
In the evenings, we have different theme nights. So we have a team of entertainment on board that will do things like the sail away parties. They will do flower power evenings where the entertainment staff are dressed up in 70s gear and playing all 70s music. We also have a white party, and if the weather's nice, that's held out on deck with a foam party as well. So there's so much to do in the evening if you want that party atmosphere, but if you want to have bit more of a chill out and relax, we have the bars where we have lounge music, a little bit more relaxed. We also have the theatre shows, so we have 2 theatre shows, performances a night, where we do have multinational customers on board. It is more dance, it's more, it's not so much talking,
it's more visual.
And you've got things like 4D cinemas and again cutting edge technology on the shows.
4D cinemas, F1 simulators, which you can see here. We have bowling alleys. There's so much to do, and some of the, not on Magnifica, but we have like the Teppanyaki, which is a show in itself, the dining experience. If you've not done, then it's something that I would highly recommend.
I mean, you can see there's always something exciting happening.
And I like on MSC as well. You go one venue to another, things are going on in different venues. So you might watch something and think that's great, but I'm going to move on to the next thing, and you can just move along as you go. But there's something always to do on there. And again, with this itinerary, it's, as I said, I always call the Canaries an easy itinerary because the ports of call you can do a bit more if you wanted to. Quite relaxed when you get in the ports of call.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we better begin. So we're cruising out of Southampton, so nice and easy. Take as much luggage as you like. A few days at sea, and we are heading towards Lisbon.
We talk about Lisbon a lot on these shows, so we won't go into too much detail. But again, the sailing's lovely under the bridge there, the 25th of April bridge. You've got the statue on the left-hand side, the Christ the Redeemer statue. But again, when you're in town there, please go on one of the yellow trams there. Great. You've got the glass elevator and the square area there's lovely. But also the Geronimus Monastery and the Bellum Tower are definitely worth a visit, and a good sightseeing down there. Then a chill-out day, and then we head down to our Canaries Islands. And of course, the first one we're going to go to, not exactly at Canary Islands, but it's Madeira. And again, a beautiful island to go and see.
Stunning.
And I would recommend tea at Reed's if you want to do something in the afternoon. But again, when we used to go into Madeira, we used to go off the day. The higher you get, the better the views are down on the ship, and you've got some wonderful restaurants to experience. And I would say Madeira is probably my top 5 places to visit in the Med.
And they get pretty much great weather all year round, don't they?
Then we go into the three big boys, the three big islands of the Canaries, which many of you have probably been to on your summer holidays. But we go first of all into Gran Canaria. I used to work over there. You've got Puerto Rico, you've got some Maspalomas areas where you dock in town, easy to get around. And this is what I'm saying to you, in all the places you can do as much as you want, you can go further afield, but you can just wander off and meander. And again, on all of these islands, you've normally got the black sandy beaches, the volcanic islands, but up into the hillsides and the countrysides are stunning. Then into Tenerife, we're going to Puerto de la Cruz, and you've got the main walkway along there. Again, you can go down to Mount Teide, you can go further down south, down to Playa de las Americas and Los Cristianos. You can go to Laurel Park. Lots of stuff to do in Tenerife, but again, a nice destination to go and visit. And then from there, a slightly windier area is in Lanzarote. Lanzarote in Arrecife, that's where you're going to be docking there. And again, the city's nice, but I would maybe get down to the Timofea National Park, maybe try and go and ride some of the camels that they have there on the sand dunes, but lots of stuff to do there. And they're the three big islands in the Canaries to tick off. Then we've got a day at sea, then we head back up the coastline to Vigo. Now, Vigo's nice. I always used to like the fish restaurants there. If you do like your shellfish and your fish, they've got good restaurants as you make your way off there. A glass of sangria and watch the world go by. But again, if not, go further afield. And then finally, a nice chill-out, relaxing day at sea before heading back in to, of course, Southampton. Now, the good thing with this is I would recommend look at doing maybe the holiday in Winchester, where we do a £95 per person per night, and that would do your one-night pre-stay if you're coming down from parts of the country, and also that includes your parking and transfers to the ship.
Now, again, look at that price. We've got exclusive prices. I mean, £969. You know, if that was a week, I'd think that was great, but it's 12 nights, isn't it?
Now, again, this is another one of our groups that we've got.
Yes.
We've taken another load of cabins here. Again, once those groups go, you can still book this cruise. It won't have sold out, but the prices will be higher, so get those groups in now.
So £969 for 12 nights there. We've got a great family of four price there at £2,449. And again, if your credit card's like mine at the moment, because I'm in the middle of building a house, I can still book this for just £1 per person. I need £2 on my credit card. I love. And as Glenn just mentioned, you can add on the holiday in Winchester. I've got so many great deals tonight.
Good, isn't it?
And I like the choice as well, so many different destinations.
Yeah.
Really good.
And a lot of it as well is we've planned a little bit further forward as well, so 20 and 21. So again, you've got the chance, maybe you've got something already booked for next year, but this is sort of planning for the following year. Get that deposit down now, and then it's just something to look forward to. That's what we've done.
However, I feel I need something longer.
Do you?
I feel I need a month off.
Do you?
Yeah. What have you got for us? I need a month out. I need just a chill-out month. What have you got tonight?
I've got a grand voyage for you. How about that?
How many nights?
It's about 27 nights.
That sounds about right.
Is that okay?
This one, I can't do it. I would love to, but it is a trip of a lifetime. You see so much of the world on this one, don't you?
You do. So this one's on the Musica, isn't it?
It is.
It is. And we start with a flight from UK over to Venice. So cruise out of Venice is always spectacular.
It is, yeah. Again, so what's lovely about this is going out from Venice, and we're going to do a 2-night stay there, so you can have a chill out, relax, but from there you're going to embark on one of the grand voyages that MSC have.
Yeah, well, let's take you on board. We were all discussing which cruises we want to book at the time. So we're on board. We cruise out of Venice. Glenn said if you want to add on some extra nights in Venice, we could do that, a couple of extra nights. And we're making our way over to Split, first of all, isn't it?
Yeah, now Split, we were lucky enough to go through this year on my cruise, and I'd not been there before.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I was there.
And it was a lovely day when we were there, and literally where you dock, you just walk around the port area, and then the main town area is there, so it was wonderful. And we were there, happened to be on a procession day, so it was all the locals were out, but the actual city's wonderful, and I think this part of the world now is really becoming a buzz point to be in. So Split's a nice place to start with, so we're going to Venice into Split, and we're going to spend the day there. Then we have a day at sea. And then from there, once we've done that, we go into one of my home ports. I was there for a while, which is into Heraklion, into Crete. Now, again, with Crete, lots of things to do here. You can just spend the day in the main port area if you wanted to. The other option is you can go down to Knossos, which is really interesting to go and see. But the actual island is wonderful. You can go into the main town area and have a look around. Lots of stuff to do there, but I would recommend the trip over to Knossos. Then we go into beautiful old town of Rhodes.
Oh,
now,
yes.
again, where you dock there, you can do tours off. We holidayed there a couple of years ago, and we were holidaying just near there in Lindos, which is about sort of half an hour, 40 minutes drive. But if not, if you stay in the old town, yeah, that's where we were. I love it over there. We were in Rhodes town. You can just wander into the old town. Loads of shops. All the bars are upstairs. You go up the stairs and just look down onto the square. Have a beer or an ouzo or whatever you want to do, and just take in the world. And that's the old town.
It is a lovely place.
Oh, I love Rhodes.
Yeah, same here.
Then we go into something which, again, I think many people haven't done before and they want to tick it off, and this is the Suez Canal Transit. Now, I was fortunate enough to do this a few years ago. Myself and Helen, when we were on the ships, did this, and we did the Suez Canal Transit. Now, it is an exceptional experience to do. You spend all day upstairs just taking in the views. And again, if you've not done one of the canals, you've maybe not done the Panama Canal or, say, the Suez, it is an experience to do this, and this all adds to your cruise. You're going to spend a day on there, and again, they'll be giving you information as they go through the Suez Canal. So
now, I'd love to do that.
And it is really, really interesting. Then we go into, I would have to say, one of my top 3 destinations I ever went to on a cruise ship, and this is into Aqaba. Now, Aqaba, you've got 2 things to do here. The main thing I would say to you, if you can do it, is the trip to Petra. It is phenomenal. The actual place of Aqaba is interesting anyway, but get to Petra, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours drive. And when you get to the actual site of Petra, you go to the monastery. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the 3rd Indiana Jones film with Sean Connery, and that's all filmed in Petra.
Oh, well, see, yeah.
And the monastery, and that's where that's filmed.
Wow.
Now, the other thing to do, I think, is the best excursion I ever did, and that's Wadi Rum. Can we go back to that picture of the Wadi Rum, guys, if we've got it on there? I don't know if we've got it on there. And that's the Wadi Rum, and that's going out into the desert. So if you like Lawrence of Arabia, and they do the Jeep safaris out into Wadi Rum. And again, that is brilliant. And again, something, they filmed The Mummy there, and Indiana Jones, they filmed a lot of the films, and that's where you can do there. Then we go into Eilat in Israel. Now again, a little bit of a different destination. From here, if you do Petra in Aqaba, you can then do Wadi Rum from Israel. Okay, you can do that if you wanted to, but you can also go off to the Dolphin Reef, you can do coral swimming, you can go and ride the camels on there, you can go to the Eilat Mountains, or just chill out on the beach. But again, I would recommend, if you get the chance, to do that Wadi Rum and Petra. Then we have a week at sea. We have 7 days at sea for you just to relax. Maybe
I presume the weather's going to be great.
Weather's going to be good. You've got the service on the ship as well. Maybe you've got the drinks package, and you can just relax and take it easy. And again, you'll have that wonderful service on with MSC. Before then headed into, it's the Seychelles, you know, who wants to go to the Seychelles? Welcome to the Seychelles, one of Paradise Islands, and again, lots of stuff to do here. If you're into your water sports, your swimming, your snorkeling, your catamarans, you're in paradise. Just have a look at the pictures. Do I really need to say any more about the Seychelles? It is one of the great places in the world to go and visit. But again, you've still got the Hindu temples, and you've got the culture there if you want to do a land tour, but I would really try and get out into that sea and do a bit of swimming and snorkeling. Then 2 days at sea, and where do we go after? We go to Mauritius. Another place. Who wants to go to Mauritius?
I tell you what, we're ticking off some big hitters on this one.
Now, I was fortunate enough to celebrate my 40th birthday in Mauritius, and again, a wonderful destination. Again, take one of the trips out on the seas out there, take a catamaran or take a boat trip, do something there. The island is phenomenal, wonderful people there as well, and I've got really, really fond memories of Mauritius. But you think you're going Seychelles and Mauritius on this particular cruise. And the other thing about it, which we forgot to mention, both of those places, you've got overnights on board.
Yes, of course.
We then go on to La Possession, which is Reunion Island. Again, now this is a little bit more basic. So obviously Mauritius and Seychelles more geared up for the tourism. Reunion Island's a little bit more, when I say basic, it's a little bit more traditional. Now what I would recommend here is taking one of the tours out to Mafat or the volcanic islands. amazing scenery they have there. When we did it, we went into the town, we wasted a day there, so I wouldn't go into the town. I'd go further afield and go and see some of the landscapes and countryside they have there. And then you've got 3 relaxing days at sea before flying you back into Durban, into South Africa, before we fly you back. Now, we finished in Durban. If you want to change that, I would then recommend, if you've not done South Africa before, maybe staying the day in Durban, getting off, doing an overnight there, and then flying down to Cape Town.
Yes, definitely.
If you're going to do that, do 2 or 3 days in Cape Town and then fly home from there.
And of course, Planet Cruise
and our guys can do that for you. But if not, I mean, 27 days is a long time anyway. But if you can do it, do Cape Town.
Well, what a way to finish the show. That was an amazing adventure, wasn't it? 2349. You are aware the best part of 4 weeks, don't forget. We've got exclusive savings tonight for this one. Tips included. There's great overnight on board there as well. The Suez Canal, the Seychelles, Mauritius. And as we mentioned, you can add on some extra stays as well. You can understand Venice at the beginning for a little bit longer, but I'd definitely stay a few extra nights in South Africa. So, what a show.
It's been great.
It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Busy.
I'm going to take a year out and do it all.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's remind you of the exclusive deals we had. We started off on board, of course, brand new. She has just launched, literally just over a week ago. And this is, of course, the Grandiosa. And we are looking at a 7-night med cruise available tonight at just $849. We've got exclusive prices on that one, and tips are included.
Then we went on to the Meraviglia, without the G, okay, and that was the one going over to Miami. You can extend that with an extra couple of nights in Miami. Going out on the 2nd of November, put a deposit down tonight, starting price $1699, and again, you get a chance to go to that wonderful Ocean Key twice on that one.
And then we sailed out of Southampton, of course. We've got a few extra British touches, of course, on this cruise as well. 529, and this was our early bird saver. So by booking tonight, you can secure that price of $529, and don't forget, just £1 deposit per person on that one as well. It's the Northern European cities from Southampton. Excellent value.
Then we're bringing you one of the new ships. This is still new. It's still all in its wrapper. It's only 6 months old, this one, and we're going to fly you over to Dubai. Now, this has got return flights from London, Manchester and Birmingham. Leading price $875, and we're saying February the 7th, 2020, but again, we have got other dates on that one. And of course, you've got overnight in Dubai, and we can add extra stays on in Dubai if you want us to.
And then we're cruising on board the MSC Magnifica, and this was that wonderful 12-night Canary Islands cruise from Southampton. $969 for 12 nights. Great family of 4 price as well at $2449, and again, your deposit is just £1 per person.
And then finally, we did the long cruise. We did the 27-nighter, and that's flying into Venice, and that's going down to a little bit of the Eastern Med, which is great, into Rhodes, and then from there heading down to Aqaba, into Petra, and then from there we go to the Seychelles, Mauritius, and then finally we'd head then back into Durban. Again, we've got overnights on the Suez Canal, Seychelles and Mauritius, and again you can add a 2-night stay there for $150 per person in Venice.
We are nearly out of time. I want to say a massive thank you, Alicia. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
For anyone that's still, maybe new to MSC, what would you like to say? Just summarise your amazing brand.
I think if you're unsure about it, have a go. There's some fantastic offers there. The Magnifica one from 7 nights. It's absolutely amazing. We get fantastic reviews, and it's just worth a go.
And as a company, you're just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And the newer ships now are
I was going to say, the latest technology, the most beautiful ships.
I'm going to get invited on one of the new ones one day, but we'll talk about that.
You need to go.
Next November.
I keep this right.
And thank you for the exclusive pricing as well.
No, thank you for having me.
They're some of the lowest prices we've ever seen, aren't they? Amazing value.
Really good.
So do come back soon, won't you?
Yes, I will do.
And Glenn, open till 10 tonight.
10 tonight, I'm back in tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so Glenn is back in tomorrow. Not just Glenn, the whole team, obviously.
See you guys, see you tomorrow.
I will see you next week with Planet Cruise.
Hiya, thanks for watching the video. Now don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications, and if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content like this, click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.